What up, everybody? Doodle here, and those of you in my regular audience are probably thinking, what the heck? This isn't the foretold Pokemon video, and you would be right. Life got a little crazy, so I'm going to let that project cook in the oven just a bit longer. In the meantime, I've been excited to make something where I could chat about games that I'm excited about in this upcoming year of 2024. There's nothing quite like a fresh year ahead. Who knows what could be lurking around the corner? What exciting projects are just waiting to be released? My plan is to go over a bunch of games that are fully announced to come out this year, before sneaking in something that could be coming. So sit back, relax, and let's just marinate in some good old gaming hype. Woo! There isn't too much time to wait, because just around the corner is Persona 3 Reloaded, coming February 2nd. A remake of Persona 3, this game is getting completely refreshed graphics and modernized quality of life features. We'll be playing as a transfer student in a Japanese city. By day, you're a normal kid with a chance to roleplay how you want to spend your time and who you want to build friendships with. But once you reach the dark hour, the game shifts into a dungeon-esque turn-based strategy game with crazy monsters and abstract worlds. Back in 2020, when I had too much time on my hands, I finally gave Persona 5 a chance and ended up really enjoying its mix of roleplay and strategy gameplay. This series goes all out on its stylish graphics, music, and characters, and so having a chance to experience what will be, for me, a totally new Persona game is mega exciting. Peach hasn't had her own game since Super Princess Peach on the DS, and that's why it's so exciting that she finally gets another chance with Princess Peach Showtime, set to release March 22nd. Looking to be an action-adventure game, trailers so far have shown that it takes place at the Sparkle Theater. Transforming into different costume powers, Peach will get various abilities to make her way through different levels. The Peach post-game outfits in Mario Odyssey were a huge delight for me, so having something centered around giving her more fun designs gets me so hyped. I am a bit nervous that this will be on the shorter side, but if it is able to pack the quality similar to Luigi's Mansion 3, that won't really be much of an issue for me. If this game goes well, we could very well see Peach finally get her own series. And believe it or not, that is actually the only games with hard set release dates. So these next couple begin to be a bit more vague, but are confirmed to be coming this year. Starting with Lost Records Bloom and Rage from the creators of Life is Strange 1 and 2. This team is known for its choose-your-own-adventure games, where your actions have some impact on how the story plays out. So far from the one trailer we have, we can see that there are 4 girls acting as the main characters in a sort of 80s aesthetic. The teaser seems to hint that they are reuniting based on some sort of shared supernatural event from their childhood. It could be really cool to jump between both, to make story decisions in the kids' timeline and have to live out the consequences decades later. I'm a big fan of Life is Strange and the queer energy it brings to the gaming scene, and Life is Strange 2 especially is one of my favorite games, period. Set to come out late 2024, I am very hopeful that this game can act as a spiritual successor and give us some really interesting characters and choices to play out. Few games get me so excited out of nowhere, and oh man, I just knew from the first second of the trailer that I was going to love the Plucky Squire. Legend of Zelda meets Paper Mario. Players will be jumping between 2D and 3D worlds to explore, solve puzzles, and beat baddies. I'm a huge sucker for being scaled down to a little guy in a room full of toys. They clearly intend to be creative with how these 2D and 3D elements interact together, and I'm curious to see how far they'll be able to take the concept. If they can nail the story on top of the gameplay and visuals, then, man, this is already feeling like it could be a big contender for my game of the year. The Plucky Squire was already delayed from 2023 to 2024, so I'm hopeful it'll be truly coming out in the early half of this year. This next game is actually 2 indie games that just have a very similar concept, yet are very different in their style. We've got Tiny Glade and Summer House. In Tiny Glade, players will get to kick back in forgotten meadows and peacefully build out their own beautiful castles. Summer House, on the other hand, is a similarly relaxing game where you build pixel-style houses and vistas. Both focus purely on the building aspect, no rules, battles, or other struggles to get in the way. I'm a lifelong lover of Zoo Tycoon, and as an adult, I love to boot up Planet Zoo and spend an afternoon building out cool animal exhibits. So I'm excited that these games are focusing on that slice of gameplay, and it gives me hope that they can really give players a good amount of variety for which to decorate with. It's also fun that each one has such a different vibe and yet are so beautiful. Both Tiny Glade and Summer House are set to release sometime this year. Over a decade ago, Telltale struck gold with its take on The Walking Dead. This studio popularized an episodic release style to narrative choice-driven games. The Wolf Among Us successfully came out right after The Walking Dead in 2013 and was based on the DC comic series Fables. Centered around a werewolf sheriff and a fairy tale-filled version of New York City, Wolf Among Us had players solving a murder mystery. Its sequel was announced way back in 2017, and after many delays, the studio going bankrupt, and then WB Games picking it up for publishing, Wolf Among Us 2 is theoretically slated to come out this year. I loved the first installment way back when, as well as a handful of other Telltale titles, but this game will be a test for more than just this specific series. Could Telltale possibly make a comeback? Well, we'll see, and I mean, hopefully this game just comes out at all. Nintendo has started a bit of a remaster renaissance for its older titles, and none have gotten me more excited than Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. The first Paper Mario was one of the earliest games I played all the way through, and it already felt like such a perfect home run. And then somehow, Thousand-Year Door just took everything that was great about that game and made it even better, like 10 times better. It pushed the envelope of what a Mario world could look like, full of fantastic characters and quirky moments. The music is timeless, the story is epic, and my god, I just cannot believe there are going to be folks out there who finally get to play this game for the first time, and in a totally revamped way. It feels like a bit of a cheat to close out on a remaster, but man, that's truly how excited I am to re-experience this game in a fresh way. My only complaint is that they better give the first Paper Mario the same treatment one day. Alrighty, before we close things out for good though, I do want to tease something that is a huge stretch, but that I would love to see happen. 2024 marks the 30th anniversary for Earthbound, an SNES game published by Nintendo that follows the adventure of a young boy and his friends and their mission to save the world. This game has become a cult classic over the years, and I am certainly part of that cult. So far, there has only been confirmation for merchandise and Japanese-based events to celebrate this game's anniversary, but I'm still going to hope, wish, dream, and pray that some sort of remaster could happen. Fans have imagined what a remake could look like, and with Super Mario RPG and Thousand-Year Door getting their moment, who's to say Earthbound couldn't join them? It is a long shot for sure, but I'm gonna sit here all year and hope that it happens. And there we have it! 2024 is so far a bit lean on the AAA games that I'm excited for. With so many rumors swirling on how this is the year the next Nintendo Switch console releases, I'm thinking that there are definitely some big hits coming we don't know about yet. In the meantime, I'm still looking for things to be hyped about. Do you have a game I didn't mention? Feel free to comment down below and I'll be eager to check it out. Thanks everybody! If you enjoyed this here video, feel free to like, subscribe, and do a little dance, I don't know, whatever you feel like doing. Live your life! And have a great rest of your day. Doodle, out.